What's up, guys? Lyrics Life here. Thanks again for coming ahead and checking out my YouTube channel. Thank you for all of your support with my poetry, whether you've been there for my health blogs, whether you follow me on IG, however you're looking at this or streaming this, whatever social media device. I appreciate you for taking your time out because you didn't have to do it. Okay? Alright. So anyways, guys, let's get into it, right? So first and foremost, as you already know, the hype, only thing I've been talking about is Blinded by Love, an urban erotica novel. So I've realized that when I'm talking about this book, obviously I wrote it, so I know what it's about, and I struggle. I think that people should just be like, just go buy the book because I wrote it and because I'm fucking crazy and because I'm awesome and you need to go buy it. But it's not really selling, right? Like, that's not really me selling my book. That's not me getting you involved. That's not me telling you, like, what do you want? Like, why you should read it, why it's such a great story, or any of that stuff, right? I struggle in that area. If you meet me in person, I'm like, after we get to know each other and the icebreakers are there, I'm like totally hilarious. But in the beginning, I'm like such just like, oh, I don't know what to say. So anyways, let me break it down for you guys. I'm not going to say this is going to be a short video, but my camera only records 29 minutes, so I know it won't be over 29 minutes. So I just want to come to you guys and just get real raw and maybe reveal a little bit about the book. So first things first is that this is a trilogy, okay? So the title of my book is called Blinded by Love. So when you think of Blinded by Love, what do you think of? Me personally, when I thought of the title, the reason I chose the title, because I actually didn't choose the title until after I started writing the book. I didn't know what the fuck I wanted the title to be. I just started writing a book. I started writing the book December 15th. I started writing the book, December 15th, 2016. I started writing it when I first got my apartment. And what fueled it was, I don't know, I think I was just like, my life has been so freaking eventful. Let me write a book kind of like based on my life, but based on everyone else's life around me. And so I just took a bunch of different fucking experiences and just combined all of that shit together, mixed with, I don't want to say I took other people's ideas, but obviously you get inspiration from everything. So if I like erotic novels or, raunchy shit, obviously I'm gonna, adopt a little bit of everyone's style to make my own style. It's my own style of writing, right? So when you think of Blinded by Love, you think about probably some domestic violence shit, most likely. People think of like Eve, Love is Blind, type things. And when you look at the title of my book, you see it's a wine glass, and I'm going to insert a picture. It's a wine glass, 2 wine glasses that, of course, I made. So, obviously, I'm promoting my shit, too. I'm going to promote my shit on my shit. A fucking shotgun and a fucking knife with 2 wedding rings. So, clearly, if you look at the title of the book and you see Blinded by Love, you can tell that some shit is about to go down between this husband and this wife. Well, that's where the spin is on the book. It's between the husband and wife. But what I will tell you is that if you buy this book thinking like, or you read the back of the book and you're like, her brother killed, or her husband is the person who's responsible for her brother's death, then you're gonna be wrong. I'm just gonna let you know that already. You're absolutely wrong. That's not the person who's responsible. So basically, this whole book is about, and I'm very fucking long-winded, and I don't care. Y'all, you're gonna go to love me. I know you will. Everyone fucking does. I love me. So this book is a book about this girl. Her name is Drika, which I found out later on was Kevin Gates' wife's name, which is kind of weird because I fucking love her. And I was like, I don't want her to think that. Whatever. So, Drika and Shine are a married couple. And basically, a few years ago, Drika's brother, Dane, her oldest brother, he dies. He gets killed. So, basically, and you'll find this out in the book, is that, Dane was the breadwinner for her family. He was in the streets. He wasn't selling drugs. He was hustling. He was just boosting. He was, going in people's houses and stealing shit from the rich neighborhoods, from the have-nots. From the haves to the have-nots. So he was just transferring that shit over. And I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just writing the fucking book and saying, shit that I know that really actually happens in the fucking hood. Even though I didn't grow up there, I still, was cool as fuck with the people who did and was out there chilling. So that's basically the storyline. The storyline is that everything is leading up to Drika trying to find out who the fuck killed her brother, right? That's the big thing. So, but within that storyline, it's a lot of other issues in the urban population that I'm addressing. That's what this book is. So I don't want everyone to get like caught up in the novel. There's lessons in this book. Everything I do has a purpose. Everything I do, there's a reason why, and there's something that someone can learn from it. I don't just do anything, unless it's something that's funny. Then it's just for you to fucking laugh. But other than that, it's like this book is. So the main things that are addressed in this book and what this book, the topics it covers is, the first one I want to address is fatherless daughters. Females who grow up without a father figure in their life, or who have had a father figure in their life at a younger age, but when at the vital years, like in adolescence or teenage years, and when they're growing up, they lose that father figure. So then they make these horrible choices in their mate. They don't know how to pick a mate. They don't know how to necessarily interact with people of the opposite gender. Maybe they think that everyone who is nice to them has a crush on them, or everyone who's nice to them they should go and have sex with, or everyone who's nice to them they should go and make them their boyfriend and take care of them. They don't know what to expect from a man, because either they didn't have a father figure in their life, B, the father figure in their life was not around long enough to, basically make an impact on their life, or C, the father figure in their life was not a positive role model. They did things that, you actually don't want your mate to do, or wouldn't be beneficial or have a healthy relationship. It wouldn't lead to a healthy relationship. So that's the first thing that this addresses. And see, that's going to be touched on. This trilogy is basically, it's 3 stages. So the first one is, I'm setting the stage for you guys. I'm telling you all the facts. I'm giving the shit to you out there. I'm getting all the adrenaline and shit rushing. Then in the second book, which, I went ahead and did the outline on and going to start working on the book cover. Then I'm actually going to do the hard work first. For me, the book cover and shit was hard at first, right? And it was easy. But the second book is going to get into the problem. Actually, so the first time we're identifying that there is an issue. We're identifying that there is an issue here. The second book, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start getting into that issue, and we're going to explore it a little bit more and see how why is this an issue? What's the effect of the fact that Drika's father is not in her life? How did that affect her decision to marry her husband, or for her to be promiscuous with all these other females? Oops, did I just give y'all some tea on my book? Wait till you find out who Drika's fucking on the side. But anyways, so in this first book, yes, there are a lot of different sex scenes, and yes, we are going to identify that some people might call Drika a hoe. Some people might say she's unfaithful to her husband. Some people might say she's confused. Some people might label her with mental health issues, say that she's very anxious. Some people might say that she's in an unhealthy relationship, otherwise noted in the book as healthy and, something that's good for them. So some people might say Shine's not a good husband. Some people might say that, his baby mom, Tanya, that she's getting in the way, or she's cock blocking, or she's a bitter baby mom. There's so much shit going on. This book addresses so many fucking issues in the urban population. Like, let me just see if I can wrap this shit off the top of my head, because I'm not really one for writing shit down. We got a lot of fatherless homes, right? So it goes to show how that child is also affected when you and the mom go ahead and make that fucking zygote, and y'all don't realize that shit, and then y'all start making this creation and it's born, and then y'all see how that's affected. You see how the dipping back and forth with the baby mom, and how the baby father comes back and makes it seem like one thing to one person and another thing to a whole nother person. All of those issues are addressed. So when you read my book, I don't want you to read it and just be like, oh, let's take everything literal. I want you to think deeper into it, because when I wrote this book, yes, I wrote it to grab attention. Yes, I wrote it to, to grab awareness, to raise awareness. But essentially, I wrote it with a message in my mind that I want to dive into, specifically the black community. Yes, all other minorities, but I'm here. I'm Queen B. I'm Blair. I'm black. I'm half Jamaican, black still. So it's of course, my people, I'm trying, because these are issues that are prevalent in our society, in our community. No one else is sitting up there saying, hey, don't do this. Hey, don't do that. Hey, make these good life decisions. Hey, you don't have to go down this path. I've already went down that path. I've already dealt with a lot of the issues that I write about in my book. And if I haven't, guess what? You bet your bottom dollar somebody that was in my life previously or currently is in my life, that's their story. So when you read my book, don't think that, you know what I'm saying, like, it's obviously it's not fucking nonfiction, it's fiction. So it's not true, but a lot of the things that I discuss are true, just like with any other book in the urban fiction, right? They basically are telling stories. Urban fiction is nothing but telling stories that everyone can relate to. It's kind of like listening to a Boozy or a Jay-Z track. You know, anyone in the hood can kind of like relate to it if you're going through the same shit, struggling and shit like that. You can relate to shit like that. Mary J, when she first came out, everybody could relate to her when they was going through their man problems. So anyone who has any type of issues like that, anybody, and even if you're not from the urban population, if you're not black, you're not in the minorities, it's good because it can be an eye-opener for you. And it can also let you know that in this book, we show that even the people who grow up in the worst situations, in the worst places, they're still born with talent. And with the right dedication, the right resources, and the right guidance and counseling, they can go ahead and they can make it, and they can be successful. The right mentor, that's the word I was looking for. With a good mentor, that's why you see so much in these low income areas that there's a boys and girls club or big brother big sister, because that seeing someone else who's already made it and helping, it helps someone else say, okay, I can achieve it. It's easy to see somebody, you know, a white girl with you know, her parents have a bunch of money, she's always been smart, or even if she has struggled, you know, they've always been able to afford the best education or whatever. And I won't even just say white, because you have some other people, some black people who never have experienced what it's like to struggle or be poor or understand a lot of the issues that some of the you know, impoverished blacks go through. So all of that, just buy the fucking book, man. That's all. Buy my goddamn book. Listen, it's $9.99. Y'all spend $10 on a blunt, okay? Y'all spend like $100 or more on your weaves. Y'all spend a lot of money on it. Takes $10, more than $10 to fill up your tank. Invest in me. Invest in my book. Invest in me and my dream. Because my goal is that you know, first I was like, I went to school, and I'm getting off topic. It's a rant, whatever. When I went to school for social work, and the main reason I went to school for social work is because 12/8/11, my stepfather passed away. Fast forward to 2017, currently today is September 24th, 23rd, one of them, 24th I think, 2017. I don't want to be a social worker. I do want to help people, but I don't like rules. I don't like having to adhere to this set of guidelines and stuff. I like doing shit my way. I've always been like that. I'm very creative. I'm a lead. Like, I feel like I want people, you know, to get on board with my dream. I don't want to make someone else rich. Of course, I have a job because I have to pay bills. Thankfully, I work from home, so I get a lot of one-on-one time with myself. But believe in me. Believe in my dream. Support black businesses. I'm not perfect. I have, you know, there's some people that I know I would have had way more support, and I would have been a lot further if I didn't burn a lot of bridges. But you have to go through these transformations in life to become your greatest version, as Infinite Waters Diving Deep says. Become the greatest version of yourself. Now, I'm not the greatest version of myself yet, but I can see that I've peeled back another layer, and I'm getting to the core of that fucking onion. And eventually, I will be at that core, and I will be, you know, happy all the time. Well, not necessarily happy all the time, because it's okay to be sad sometimes, but I just won't take it out on people when I'm having a bad day or anything. I have really, really, really bad anger issues, and I think that, you know, maybe they weren't acknowledged early on when I was a child. Maybe people thought it was cute or whatever, and they thought I would grow out of it. But it's a lot of lessons I'm learning about life now that I should have already learned. Or people, you know, they didn't tell me, or maybe they told me and I just wasn't listening, and now my ears are perked up. And as I learn more about myself, I just want to share what I'm learning with others, because I know that I know for a fact you know, there's nothing that nobody can say that they went through that ain't nobody fucking went through before. You feel me? Like, nothing. Unless you're a man who got pregnant. I don't know how the fuck that's possible, but if you're probably like the only person, if that's you, I want to marry you because we finna be rich. Let me stop. That's totally the wrong reason to get married. But anyways, point blank period. Support me. Support my businesses. Support my book. Believe in me. I'm believing in myself more and more each day, and I'm you know, becoming braver as I increase these videos, as I become more consistent, as I learn how to fight through a bad day. A lot of the times I don't make videos because I'm having a bad day, or I'm busy with something else, or I'm stressed out about this, or I'm like, dang, I need like 10 more jobs, you know? And we're all human, you know. You see some people, and I think that's really what holds back people from not being successful, is that they get so bent out of shape or so worked up or so worried that things aren't happening fast enough, when really and truly that's okay. Things don't have to happen super fast, but guess what, you also have to take that responsibility to say that if things are not happening as fast, what the fuck can I do to speed the shit up? What else do I need to do? Do I need to get out there, throw myself out there, network? Because for me, I was just recording these videos, putting them up, and telling people to share the shit. Obviously, I wasn't doing the footwork. I need to go out and network. That's where my, you know, weakness is. So me, I need to work on networking and marketing. What do you need to work on? What does he need to work on? What does your sister need to work on? Your mama, you know what I'm saying? All those things. Because my little brother is my inspiration. He just started college this year, and he has like this awesome plan. And I'm like, bro, it's not a competition between us, but like, you my little brother who's 7 years younger than me. Like, he got a, you know, he got a good plan. Plus, he just got a good plan. I listened to what I thought was right. Go to college, do this or that. Not realizing like that's not right for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone doesn't need to go to college. Everyone doesn't. Some people, like me, I learned that I like to write early on. So even if I was going to go to college, I should have went to college for journalism or philosophy or like writing. And I am thinking about going back just to become an English teacher, just because you do need people in society that are influential and have their own beliefs as well. Even though I have to follow a curriculum, if I was a teacher, I would also be able to give my own assignments and allow students to express themselves in their own way. And that's, I think, what I want to do, is be able to tap into the minds of the kids of the future, the newer generations that are coming up, and encourage them to be themselves, to encourage them, instead of, because all school teaches you to do is grow up and get a job. Instead of growing up and getting a fucking job, grow up and make a fucking business and hire fucking employees and get a payroll staff and make a big ass corporation bigger than fucking McDonald's and IBM. And I'm pretty vulgar, but I'm real. So without further ado, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. I don't really know. If you guys have any suggestions on maybe like what I can call like a talk show, I want to start a talk show. Me and my homegirl, we're gonna start a talk show. Her name is Ashley, and it's weird because we're like twins, but like we're not this. Obviously, you know, we didn't come from the same mom or dad, but like we just met each other like a few months ago. I actually met her through my boyfriend. We met each other through our boyfriends, and I've met other females through my boyfriend before too. You know, I just be like, hello, I'm gonna go home now. Like, I just don't, you know, it's really hard for me to vibe with certain type of people. I'm just not into certain shit, and I don't have time to entertain that shit. But that's another thing I'm working on, because just because we don't have a lot of shit in common doesn't mean you won't support me or we can't find something else that we have in common or whatever the fuck. But anyways, what was the point of me saying? Oh, we're gonna start a talk show. We talk about lots of different topics, mostly relationship shit, or, you know, starting businesses or trying to figure out something. She sings, I do poetry. We attempted to do a fucking collaboration, but she like didn't finish with me. I kicked her off, one of them. Anyways, we're coming through with a talk show. I also want to come to you guys more so, you know, maybe I don't always have a poem, but maybe it's something. Tell me what you want me to bring to you. Tell me what you like hearing. I'm not going to do fucking hair tutorials, because I don't think, I mean, it's not that I don't think I'm good enough. I just see bitches out there already. I don't want to say bitches. That's fucked up, huh? I'm real. I just talk how I talk. I see females out there already that are doing them, and they doing the damn thing. So I don't need to come here, waste my time, get a great camera with great lighting and all that shit for y'all to see the same hairstyles over and over. If you have any questions, you can definitely ask me, and I'll give you an in-depth tutorial, or I'll make, you know, a personal video, whatever, or if it's requested. But tell me what you guys want to hear more so. Also, last thing, I'm going to be posting for people to drop their links for their email address. Drop the link for your email address, and you will get the first chapter of my book. It comes out on September 30th, which is Saturday. So it basically, you'll get the first chapter. The reason why I'm promoting the first chapter is because I want to increase the reviews for my book, and I feel like if I get a lot of good reviews just off of the first chapter, it'll increase people, you know, like they'll be like, oh, let me go and read this book. Oh, let me go and buy this book. And everyone who's read the first chapter, because I've read some things on Google that's like, the reason you shouldn't give out the first chapter of your book for free is because people may not buy it, or they may not fuck with your writing style. Or I'm like, everyone who's read the first chapter of my fucking book wants the second, third, fourth. They want the fucking end. From the first time when I just had the first chapter written, people were getting mad at me because I hadn't written the second chapter yet. So I'm very confident that as long as I talk and I help and I encourage people to read it and I make it interesting, that, you know, once I get you locked in, once you read that first chapter, once you read that first line, I'm confident that you're going to go through the end of the book and you're going to tell your best friend and your best friend and whatever the fuck. And then I'll have a bunch of people on my damn book signing list. And I'm just trying to grow my fucking page to about 10,000 viewers, 10,000 people. The goal this year is 10,000. We'll start out with 1,000. We're going to try and get everything this year to 1,000 first. By the end of the year, I want every video out at a fucking 1,000 views. And I want y'all giving me feedback. I'm not playing with this shit. I'm not playing with this shit. I'm not playing with this shit. Anyways, guys, stay tuned. I'm going to have way more shit coming up. I'm making more and more videos. I'm also learning it's better to record in advance, because sometimes when you plan to record, life doesn't go as is. Anyways, anything I didn't cover over here about the book, Blinded by Love, an urban erotica novel by Blair Elise Mills / the poet, lyrics of life. Real raw, raunchy, you feel me? Like, let's see what the fuck Drake gonna do, cause she giving out the nanny like it's community pussy, but it's supposed to be shines. Hold up, that shit ain't mine. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting. Please go ahead and give this a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Tap the bell for notifications, and go ahead, add me on Facebook, add me on Instagram, go like my Facebook page, Lyrics of Life. Man, just like every fucking thing. And if you have something that you want me to check out of yours, go ahead and let me know, or leave the link there, and I will make sure I comment on it. I will make sure that I let you know I check it out. I support everybody who supports me, and I mean that shit with no exceptions. Anyone who's ever supported me, I've asked my homeboys from fucking Atlanta. I went to like all of their fucking shows. They always supported me with all my poetry, shared my shit, all that shit. A boy I've never even met in real life, but he's cool as shit. Desmond Bonet, you feel me? He always comments and likes on my shit, and we were supposed to do a collaboration, but with money issues and me not being able to get to New York, and him, you know, just, we haven't collaborated yet, but I know that we will. He's a dope ass fucking artist. He's dope as shit, from the Bronx, New York. You know, it's a lot of different people out there. I got a lot of my homeboys, they do music, you feel me? And so, yeah, anything that you have that you want me to check out, let me know. I know it's a lot of things going on in my hometown, Poughkeepsie, New York. I'll say that's my hometown, because who the fuck knows where LaGrangeville is? Nobody. So, yeah. Some dope shit going on out there. If you're ever in New York, definitely go out there. They are doing a lot of dope shit between fashion shows. I see people I went to high school, you know what I'm saying, collaborating women empowerment events. Satara Brown, you know what I'm saying. I spoke to another girl that I went to high school with. She actually checked out the first copy of my book. She can sing her fucking ass off. Deja Smith. It's a lit, man. There's so much shit fucking going on. People I fuck with, I don't fuck with, all that type of shit. Man, I support everybody, because you know what? We all got the same dream. We want to make this world a better place, and we want to be fucking business owners. If you don't want to be a business owner, you still want to contribute positively to society, that's what the fuck is up. I'm Blair Elise. I'm Lyrics of Life. I appreciate y'all for staying and bearing with me, because I talk so much, and I'm probably just be recording all fucking day. So go ahead and hit subscribe. I got more shit to get off my chest. Peace.